All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Cowboy Bob here, and today I've got my trusty assistant, son, Justin, who's going to help me perform a little show and tell for you. So we've thrown probably, 100 of these away in the 13 years that we've been here, and it just seemed like such a waste. So I was sharing one day with our good friend and farrier, Joel, about my dilemma, and he said, "No problem, Bob, I got a solution for you." So what Joel told us and actually showed us was the following. So I'm just going to grab one of these, any particular one. And today what I've done is I've actually just got some scrap wood and made myself a little platform here. And what we're going to basically do is a little bit of plastic welding the farm way. So as Joel showed me, he said, take your little lighter, strike your lighter, heat up the piece right here. As you can see, the lighter blew out, which got me to thinking, there's got to be a better way. So I decided to get rid of this, and we're bringing out the bad boy. I figured this might be the way to do this. Now, understand that the first time I did this was in the kitchen of our house. Kim was in the other room and somewhat concerned. So today we're outside in the rain up by the arena. So Justin, fire this guy off. And Justin, fire this guy off. Oh, we're getting close now. Check that out. We have flamage.
Fire.
Now I found this worked really, really well. One, because a guy can never have too much flame or horsepower, all right? So I think this was really the exceptional thing to do. So through trial and error, I learned that you point the flame away from you, and you go into where the hole area was, and you start to heat that up a little bit. Now, depending if there's muck or yuck or manure or something on there, you might get a little flamage, but not a bad deal. But as you look at this, you can see that we're getting pretty hot, pretty melty. All right, so that's pretty soft right now. Now, Justin's going to pick up the donor fork that we saved. Now, this one's actually from a different pitchfork. All right, you'll notice the color's black. Doesn't matter. Pitchforks don't have any concern over color. So we're pretty hot right now. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to properly position this on my stand. And we're just going to put that right in there. Yeah, and we're just going to hold that right in there. Now, the idea for this wood was to keep these all at the same level. You don't want it to be too high or too low. So because it's sitting right here, you're in a pretty good spot. Now you can see how it's kind of wiggly, kind of still malleable, and takes about a couple minutes for it to kind of get its own way to adhere to itself. Now I'm touching this with my finger. I don't advise doing this at home unless you decide you want to. That's not a recommended tactic, but I don't have much feeling in my fingers anymore, so I think this might be a good thing to do. So we're just kind of waiting right now. Going to let this kind of harden up a little bit so it can actually hold its own weight. All right, and then when it is ready, all right, we're just going to let it set overnight, and we should have a repaired pitchfork. Now, you're not going to get the same longevity that you would out of a new pitchfork. Just not going to happen. But I've gotten anywhere from 5 days. I have one that I'm still working on. It's been 6 months. So it just kind of depends on its own mind, what it wants to do, how good the weld is, and what your patience tolerance is for continuing to do this. But we found it's a great way to continue to use, make use of what would normally have been a thrown away piece. So you see now, we're together. We're useful again. You're not going to get anything falling through. And it's generally the same height as the rest of them, so it shouldn't get picked up on any rock or debris that might be in the field. So we're going to go ahead now and fix the rest of these. I think I got 5 or 6 more to do. And like I say, it's not perfect, it's not beautiful, but it does extend the life of something that, at least in our family, we've thrown away, over 100, I'm sure, over the past 13 years. So we're saving the world one muck fork at a time. So thank you, everybody, and we'll be back. Take care. Great. So as you can see, it's not a precise method, but it certainly works, you know, and I'm sure somebody might have a better way or a suggestion or two, and I'm all ears. I'd love to hear it. I got this far just from listening to other people, and it's working, you know, and I'll do this probably 2 or 3 times a year. Like I said, it just kind of works. So thank you all for watching. You know, this is one of my tips and tricks. There's a lot of things I've learned over the years of being here, some with great success, some with no success, and lots in between. So it's great to share those with everybody. But anyway, I thought this was a good one because most everybody I know struggles with the same issue with muck forks in general. So thank you guys a lot for watching, and please you know, feel free to comment, good and bad. If you have suggestions, I'd love to hear them. Thank you very much. Have a great day.